In this video, I'm going to show you how to transfer your image to your tile and begin carving. First, we're going to line up our sketch with our tile. Folding the edges helps to align it a little bit easier. And we're lightly going to trace over the drawing that we made, which will push a little bit of an imprint into the clay, so that when we take the paper away, we'll be able to see our design pressed into the clay lightly. Be careful not to push too hard, otherwise you may make a hole and even make holes in your clay. Now when I remove the paper, you can see that the image has been lightly pushed into the clay, and I'm going to go back over and trace it a little bit with my pencil to help clean it up so that I can begin carving in just a moment. This is also a good time to turn over your tile and double check that you added your name, or at least your initials, and your class period to the back side of your tile. It's important to note that at this stage, the clay is approaching leather hard or is at the leather hard stage. If the clay is too soft, when we press on it, it may disfigure the tile and distort your design. Now, at this stage, it's also perfect for carving. We're going to use a variety of loop and ribbon tools to do this. If you don't have either of these, you could also use a paper clip, and I'll demonstrate that along the way as well. So using this ribbon tool, I'm able to basically carve and pull away pieces of the clay by grabbing the clay and kind of gently pulling it along. Try not to go too deep, otherwise you may make a hole, so try to be consistent about how far down you're carving. In this portion of the video, I'm using a paper clip as a loop tool in order to remove some clay, just to demonstrate that even without the proper tools, you're still able to do this. Be careful and take your time when carving around your designs so that you don't accidentally remove pieces of the clay that you want to leave behind. And remember that this is a relief tile, so what we're removing is actually the background layer and leaving the design standing out from the tile that we desired. From my sketch, the areas that I'm removing should have been shaded very dark to indicate that those are the spots that you're going to be carving out. Now that I'm done carving, I'm going to clean up my scraps, and I'm going to roll a coil in order to start adding some pieces. I'm going to spiral this coil, I'm going to measure it for fitment, and I'm going to score and slip both the tile and the spiral in order to attach it firmly. Remember to do this, otherwise it will just fall right off. The last piece I'm adding are a bunch of little spheres, so I'm rolling up some clay, again slipping and scoring and attaching these pieces where I want them. The last step, now we're just going to kind of go through and smooth out the areas that we've carved. I'm going to use a variety of tools. Mostly I'm going to be using some wooden tools in order to rub and smooth all the scratches that I've placed while I was carving with the loop tool. So get in there and try to rub everything as smoothly as you can and clean up your edges. Again, remember to clean up and smooth out all of your carving, clean up all and define all of your edges, and make sure all of your pieces are attached firmly. This just about does it, so thank you, and good luck on your tile.